Warm welcome to this Power Boost meditation session. My name is Judi, and we're delighted that you're joining. Our topic today is core strength, and that was quite the opening slide. Luckily, you're not going to be asked to assume that position, because I don't think any of us can do it, but to inspire, to give us symbolically what this might be about. What postures can I assume internally through core strength? And of course, this is a term that's used a lot in the physical fitness world. In fact, many, if not all, physical experts say that the foundation of healthy movement, it really depends on that core strength, core stability. That's what we need to develop first as the first layer on which everything else can be built. So there's healthy movement, pain-free movement for the body. And I've always liked that idea, applying it to spirituality. When we say pain-free, of course, we're talking about being free of sorrow, of impatience, irritation, disturbance, able to have that peace, that lightness, that joy. So to have that state as I move through the world, I'm going to need core strength, spiritually speaking. And that core strength, that alignment, is referred to in spirituality as awareness. So I want to have strength in my awareness, a very powerful awareness that supports healthy movement through the world, spiritually speaking. So remaining light, remaining easy, able to respond in a benevolent and patient way. So let's explore that inner alignment, the core strength in spirituality, the core strength of the soul. Sitting comfortably, and yes, perhaps activating your physical core strength as you're seated, so that the body is free of tension, pain, but in a very attentive, engaged state. And always a nice idea, if we need to take a breath or two, just to release the diaphragm and help the body to relax. Taking that breath in, and that slow release of air from the lungs that cues the body to let go, relax, release any hidden tension, and maybe another breath in. And again, that slow exhale, helping to slow everything down. And the physical way, that can help me be more aware of the state of the body. Where is there tension? Where is there misalignment? I want to take that awareness, that internal awareness, deeper inside, to focus not just on the body, but on the self, I, the thinker, the observer, the experiencer, I, the being, the soul. And so I'm going to move into my inner world, that powerful realm behind the forehead of thoughts and feelings, experiences, memories, attitudes, perspectives, a very rich space, non-dimensional. It's not a physical space, but very rich space where life really happens. It's not outside that the experiences of happiness or sorrow emerge. It's inside where they are born. So this inner world, so powerful in shaping how I, the soul, feel. And the foundation of that inner world, what's running everything inside, my attitudes, my memories, my feelings, everything is a single point. Awareness. My sense of self, my identity shapes everything. So I want to come right to the center of my inner world. It's like traveling to the center of the earth, the very center of my inner world. It means moving through many layers and quite a bit of letting go. I begin my journey from the surface, my day-to-day thoughts, the ones I'm used to. Thoughts about what I need to do, timelines, people, relationships, events, past, future, all those worldly, ordinary, day-to-day thoughts I have all the time that seem effortless. That's where my journey begins. As I set out to go inwards, I soon discover I'm quite attached to those thoughts on the surface. So I reassure myself, gently encourage myself to open the fingers of my mind, to let go. Those thoughts will still be there when I return, if I choose, but just for now, there is an interest to understand myself more deeply. And with that gentle encouragement, the boat of my attention leaves the shore of what is familiar. And that wave of interest starts to carry me inwards. I pass through many different experiences on the way. Uncertainty, doubt, what am I doing? Am I doing it right? Fear, what will I find? Impatience. Sometimes there's reactivity, questions. I hold the attitude, the feeling, whatever I pass as I move through my inner world, it's okay. There's no fear, no worries. It's okay. I observe it all, but stay focused on my destination, that point of deep awareness. And as I travel inwards, I start to notice there's more simplicity in my mind, less thinking, more space between thoughts. It's more calm, quiet, as if my mind can breathe, everything's slowing down, the worldly thoughts fading into the distance, as if they weren't quite as important as I thought they were. And my destination starts to appear in front of me. The feeling of arriving at somewhere deep inside the self, a place that might seem fragile and vulnerable, the very core, that timeless essence of who I am. That inner alignment, the core of my being. It might have become a little weak, out of neglect, spending so much time on the surface. But I am here to care for that core, learn about it, acknowledge it, and nurture it. So who am I? That deep, timeless awareness of the self. Although it might seem fragile, it's very precious. Because first and foremost, I am life itself. A tiny spark of light, invisible to the physical eye. Science cannot see me, and yet I am powering this body. I am the life in this body. I, the being, the soul, the tiny spark of living energy. I'm able to think and feel, express, experience, remember, decide. All these very refined activities the body can't do. They are in my domain. The wonder of me, the soul. And most precious are the qualities of the cell. They definitely don't belong to the body. They belong to me. I, this tiny, invisible point of wonder, of life, concentrated within me. Within me are these beautiful qualities that make life more than just a series of actions, but an expression of humanity. Within me is an unlimited reservoir of peace. And just the point that there's an ocean of peace, a depth of peace within me. And love, the capacity to be so accepting, forgiving, benevolent, comforting, that resides within me, the soul, and lightness, the ease of letting go, keeping things simple, focusing on what matters, staying joyful. The list goes on and on. Truth, integrity, power, harmony, purity. So many qualities, all packed within the self, this beautiful point of spiritual living energy that is me, a sparkling star of life. Just thinking about myself in this deep, timeless way and feeling every thought, taking the time to feel every thought. This is how I build for strength, experiencing who I am at the core. And that strength will increase if I can gently hold this experience, stay with the point of the self, that alignment as I express myself in the world, to drive peacefully, to interact respectfully. Every action where I, the soul, this timeless being, am present in a qualitative way, that is strengthening my sense of self, building spiritual alignment. It will require attention, a lot of love. As I move through the day, I quickly dive inwards, activate the core, that is, remember the self, I, the soul, the keeper of all virtues and values, experience this point of peace that is me, and then come outwards into action through the body. Once again, withdrawing inwards, experiencing my true nature, and then moving outwards, expressing that nature. Through this rhythm of coming in and moving out, my core strength will increase. Spiritual exercise as I move through the day. Om Shanti.